Evet arkadaşlar, Gamaleodur TV'ye hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Ben Umut. Noire'ın 13. bölümüyle karşınızdayım. Bir 2,5-3 saatlik bir canlı yayınım olacak. 3-4 tane, belki 3 tane dava çözebiliriz bu yayın süresince. Umarım video, canlı yayın hoşunuza gider. Kanalıma abone olup beğeni atarsanız çok sevinirim. Arkanıza yaslanın ve beni seyredin. Hadi bakalım başlayalım. Tehe Gazman. Yeni şeye geçtik. Polis merkezine. Kundakçılık masaya, yani yeni bir masaya geçtik. Kundakçılık masa. Bakalım hakkımızda hayırlısı olsun. Hatırlarsınız bir önceki bölümde rütbemiz düşürülmüştü. Alman kadın yüzünden. Neyse, laf fazla uzatmadan başlayalım.
How'd you like pork in that German whore, Phelps? Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground.
Oh,
Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps. Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine.
Aynen.
Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long then.
Oo.
Start with these
Muhabbetler
two. House fires.
bayağı
326
karışık.
South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, detective.
Biz
Get
burada
out of
bunu.
here. Both of you. Get out!
O adam direktmen kovdu biz arkadaşlar. Şimdi çıkış. Oğlum şu çıkışlara bir alışamadım ya, vallahi billahi. O sadece renkleri değişik. Hepsi aynı gibi. Ha, 2011 oyununda ne bekliyorsun ki abi? Ha, kötü oyun değil ha, aşağı. 10 numara oyun. Şu oyuna da taş çıkartır ama. Şu mu?
You can
Ya
drive.
benim şöyle bir sıkıntım var, ben sürmüyorum abi.
Where we headed?
Stephens ailesinin evi. Sen sürüyorsun. Ben oturuyorum. O kadar gümüş yıldız aldık. Onun da hakkı bu olsun
How long
yani.
have you been working arson?
We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy? I'll look somewhere else.
O adam dost canlısı değilmiş ya. Arkadaşlar tekrardan söylüyorum, bu konuşmamda bir kekemelik sorunu var. Onun için kusura bakmayın. Sakın, yani onun için tekrardan özür diliyorum. Her videoda olduğu gibi sakın yanlış anlamayın, yani bu doğal bir şeyim. Beni seviyorsanız böyle sevin. Ya bunu da buradan söyleyeyim. Çünkü birisi Instagram'dan yazdı. Ya biraz zoruma gitti. Ama beni seviyorsanız böyle sevin abi. Yapılacak bir şey yok. Yani bana da engel değil bu. Bu kekeme sorunu. Ben öyle şey yapıyorum kendimi. Ya beni sevmeyen de yayınımdan çıkıp şey yapabilir yani. Çıkıp gidebilir abi, hiç sıkıntı yok. Ben kimseyi zorla çağırmıyorum. Sadece diyorum destek olun bana. Kanalım büyüsün. O arkadaş da terbiyesizlik yaptı yani. Allah'ın takdirine bıraktım ben. Hani benim amacım şey değil. Öyle bir ay, 2 ay video atıp bırakıp değil. Ben bunu her zaman yapacağım. Her zaman atacağım ben bir video. Hangi oyun olursa olsun yani onda sıkıntı yok. Ama arkadaşın yaptı da biraz zoruma gitti yani ben de pes edecek birisi değilim. Hayatta da pes etmem. Yani bunu da buradan o arkadaşa şey yapayım. Laf çarpıştır ya, o kendisi anlamıştır. Şimdi neyse. Oo, ne olmuş bu kadının adama ya? Oğlum böyle insanlar gördüm mü çok üzülüyorum
There isn't
ben.
much left.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no
Evden
mileage in
tek bir
this.
şey kalmamış.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none on his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The
Bizimle
fire started
konuşmak
late last night.
istemiyor.
Steffen's family at Catalina Island won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. You come home with us.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
You don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are
O
they
Alman
sleeping?
kadın
In the
yüzünden
car.
bizimle konuşmak
Look at all
istemedi.
block that it burned down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house, in the ruins. Terry lady is his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
Şimdi evet abi bir araştırmaya başlayalım bakalım. Ve ağır ağır koşalım. Hani bir ağırlığımız olsun artık oyunda. İşte şimdi iyice ne kılıçtı. Şu ne? Estate. Oğlum bu her yerde karşımıza çıkıyor ya.
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Ha, acaba bununla mı alakalı? Fragmanda da vardı ya. Adam söküyordu bir şeyler. Acaba bu olabilir mi bakın. Matt Devriyan, John Nem Knight Manley. Matt Devriyan. Yani şu 3 isim hep aynı bakın. Sabit. Demek ki şüphelimiz o. Sanıyorum. Başkası da çıkabilir yani ha. Hiç belli olmaz. Biraz hızlı. Hareket edelim. Sen neye bakıyorsun burada eğilmişsin abi? Ama bir şey yok. Böyle bir eve doğru girelim bakalım. Boş tencere ya harbiden. Bu ne? Sizinle konuşuruz, bir etrafı inceleyelim deriz. Ondan sonra sizinle konuşacağız. Bizim ortak hangi alemde?
You're falling behind, Herschel.
Görüşüyoruz. Acaba ama bir şey geliyor ama
Mr.
neyse
Steffens,
bu adamla konuşalım.
Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
It's a formality, but we'll need to speak to the issue
Katalanya
agent.
Katalanya adasına yazıldığı gibi okuduk pardon. Bakalım. Seyahat yarışması hakkında
Can you
bilgi
tell
alalım.
me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the suburban redevelopment.
Banlıyor kaldırma. Kalkındırma. Bakıyoruz adama. Şüpheli mi diyeyim, şey mi diyeyim? Doğru mu diyeyim? Doğru.
Did you enter any kind of competition?
My wife filled in a flyer. Lady just rung up and told us we won. It's the first time I ever won anything.
Kazandığımız ilk şeydi. Şu banyo kandırmayı soralım.
Redevelopment fund.
Kaldırmayı soralım.
Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
Adam dik bakıyor. Ah, şüpheliymiş be.
GI houses?
Yeah, something like that.
Şüpheliymiş.
That's all we need for the moment.
Ah
Mr.
ulan var ya,
Stephenson.
anlamalıydım ya.
All right.
What's with him?
You've seen the papers. I guess he's thinking about his own family. I'd say he's searching for some kind of atonement right now.
What now?
All right. Make the call and see if these suburban assholes have an address.
Aynen, banyo kalkındırmayla. Neyse, şuradaki telefonla bir iletişime geçelim hemen. Tamam, şuradaki arabamıza atlayalım hemen.
Can you drive to this one?
So where do you want to go?
Atla, ben hemen şey yapacağım.
Favorite orchestras and the most popular songs in the land. KTI Radio. Hunger and starvation are the enemies of civilization and democracy. It's up to every American, man, woman, and child.
İn bakalım.
Herschel, come on.
Gelmiyorlar aşağı.
Gas
ha.
was unfinished.
Telefonu bir alalım elimize.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need information on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Banyo kalkındırma fonu.
Yes, Detective. Just checking.
Bakalım.
The fund is a
Hakkında ne-
semi-government agency
Biliyoruz.
established to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government
Devlet
endowment.
tarafından da destekleniyor.
You have an address for them.
There is one listed here, corner of Beverly and Mariposa.
Thanks for your help.
Çok pardon. Geldim arkadaşlar. Banlıyor kalkındırmaya gidelim. Ama ilk önce
You're behind the wheel.
All right. Where to?
Xavier ev yangınına da bakalım. Hadi biraz daha hızlı.
Have there been any other house fires?
This is arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
Hadi bakalım. İkinci ev yangınına bakalım. Bundan ne çıkacak? Xavier ev yangını. Bakalım.
Hi, Albert. We've got this case.
Hey, Biggs. We? You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it. Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of 4 found dead in their beds.
Ölü olarak bulunmuş.
Another one.
Bulunmuş. Isıtıcı
Looks that way.
patlaması.
Insta-heat Model 70. Before you get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a
Bu
month go back.
Instate modellerinde bir
Take a look
sıkıntı
around
var.
the yard and see what you can find.
You gonna stick it out, Cole?
I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
Mother, father, and 2 kids. All in bed from the looks of it. Oh, I'd say carbon monoxide poisoning. The burns are superficial.
Time of death.
I'd say about midnight. Anything more exact will take some time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater.
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand.
Aynen.
I've got another angle in mind.
You care to elucidate, Detective? This is a murder and not an accident. Sharing information has helped us solve quite a few cases together.
I need something concrete, Mal, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
I feel sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps, not for you. But you're a good case
Ayda
man.
bizim için üzülmüyor,
One of the
onlara
best I've ever
üzülüyor
met.
her şey. Adım da haklı.
I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair.
Şöyle bir bakalım.
How about the insurance companies write these incidents up as acts of God?
Neyse. Şimdi baştan bir etrafı araştırmayla başlayalım arkadaşlar. Evet, ne var ne yok bir bakalım. Hızlıca patlamanın etkisiyle fırlamıştır diye tahmin ediyorum. Ya da olduğu yerde kaldı. Hiç belli olmaz. Neye öttü o? Ha bu o ilk fragmandaki şey. State.
Hey, Biggs!
Ayar varası.
Is this significant?
Regulator valve. Good find.
Detectives, this is the next door neighbor.
Detective Phelps, can you help?
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip somewhere. But little Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the company?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Bu
Thanks.
ajanta seyahati
Phelps, the guy across the street. I've seen him before. He likes fire.
kim?
Hurry, you can still catch him.
O koş lan koş. Bu ajanta seyahat veriyor, yangın çıkıyor. Ajanta seyahat veriyor, yangın çıkıyor.
Stop! LAPD! Got an ID on the fire. Stop right there!
Çabuk. Yakalarım böyle adam işte. Dangalak herif. Sen nereye kaçacağını sanıyorsun lan?
What's your name?
Herbert Chapman.
So you like fires.
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your
Bela
pockets.
istemiyorsan madem anlat o zaman.
You're naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
O zaman senin
Cigarette in
derdin
a
ne?
matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time, you use a mosquito coil. Don't you, Herbert?
You like this fire, Herbert?
Hell no. I heard it over the fire radio.
Kulağa hoş geldi.
Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about
Bununla
this.
ilgili bir teorim
Will
var,
do,
tamam.
Mitch. Take this guy in. We might want him for questioning later.
You got it, detective.
Why have you got such a hard-on for this case? If it is murder, it's almost impossible to prove. Fire doesn't leave much evidence. There's no percentage in this.
I think it's more than one case.
Their house...
Biz daha evi incelemedik ya. Evi incelemedik. Evi incelemeden hemen. Böyle şey mi olur arkadaş? Aslında gerçi evi incelemeye gerek yokmuş ha. Ayar banasını bulduk ya. Neyse tamam devam. kullanabiliyoruz mu ya biz bu araçları?
But if the skipper sees us driving
Aa
around
vallahi
this, we're dead.
kullanıyor lan. Vay anasını. Neyse.
You drive. I need to go over the case
Şu
notes.
seyahat
And
acentasına
where
doğru bir çıkalım
exactly are
bakalım.
we going?
You're falling behind, Herschel.
Hadi
On
Herschel.
my way.
And it was by air.
Bu şeye bir yola çıkalım bakalım mekanımıza. Gulliver'in seyahat acentası. Resimler de hoş. Uçakla gidiyorlarmış. Travel acenta.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD.
John Cunningham. Can I help you, gentlemen?
We have reason to believe that the Sawyer family of 4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition run by your company.
Çekilişi kazanmış
Yes, I
galiba.
remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate.
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
Şimdi bir dakika. Ay bir dakika. Lan defteri açalım. Ay defteri açamıyoruz ya. Neyse buradan şöyle bir en üstte bir çıkacağım abi, bir dakika. Konuşmalar da bayağı. Tamam. Stephens ve Xavier. Soyadları. Stephens ve bak şimdi. Heh. Buldum. Xavier'i buldum.
The Sawyer family, Rosewood Avenue.
Stephens'a bakalım.
Here they are. Stephens.
Evet doğru. Seyahat yarışması
I'm told
reklamı.
the tickets were a prize.
Yes, they were.
You do a lot of these prizes.
Look, there are hundreds of these promotions running at any one time. If you're the lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat.
Gitti.
While the Sawyer family were supposed to be at Catalina Island, their house burnt down. You
Aynen
consider
bunlarda
them
bir iş
lucky?
var ya, bunlar
Christ. I'm sorry to hear that.
ama
Can you
ne
tell me who offered the prize won by the
bir
Sawyer
dakika la,
family?
ben anladım galiba işi ya. Dur şimdi bir emin
Sure.
olacağım.
Look, there's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets. But the reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls me every couple of weeks and tells me exactly who's won.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Banliyö kalkındırma.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Los Angeles'ın yarısını kapsıyor. Çekiliş bileti. Ah doğruymuş
So you don't
be.
believe that it's suspicious that a guy who doesn't want to sell his house wins some holiday tickets.
Aynen.
And while he's away,
Arkadaşlar ben olayı anladım galiba gibi. Savaştan dönen askerler için, gaziler için evler yapılıyormuş. Öyle söylemişlerdi. Kimisi vermiş işte ev karşılığında arsasını ve onlara yeni sıfır evler verilecekmiş. Vermek istemeyenleri çekiliş yaptırıp hani dümenden, sallamasyondan ödül kazandırıp evlerinden çıkartıp evlerini yakıyorlarmış ki oradan çıksınlar, hani oraya emekli askerler için evler yapılsın diye, fazla evler yapılsın diye. Vermek istemeyenlere böyle bir kumpas kurmuşlar. Ama ailenin de hangisiydi ya? Xavier ailesinin de çocuğu rahatsızlanınca ve işte yarışmayı iptal ediyorlar. Yani ödülü ve bu sırada da evi yakmaya gelen kişi hani kül oldu gibisinden, yangın çıktı işte çıkın buradan gibisinden evi yakıyor. O sırada da aile içeride olduğu için aile de ölüyor ama Xavier ailesinin öyle bir şey yok. Çünkü onlar tatile gitmişler. Bence kumpas var yani evlerinden çıksın oraya askeri evler kurulsun diye.
To me it just sounds like really bad luck. It's not like everyone who wins a prize gets their house set on fire, officer.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. Just wish I could do something for that family.
You could put round the hat. A few bucks would really help them now.
I suppose so.
Good. I'll put
Ulan
you down
çünkü
for
onlar
50. I could tell you were Samaritan.
evlerini vermişler.
50? Are you?
Good man, Cunningham. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but great.
Şimdi trafik masayı yaptık. Ahlak masası, trafik masası, cinayet masası, ahlak kundakçılık. Bundan sonra ne olacak acaba? Banlıyor, kalkındırmaya bir bakalım. Ne var ne yok. Kayık
You know the
kenara,
way. You can drive.
yok.
Let me guess. You want to check out the suburban address.
Great partners must think alike.
Aynen. Banlıyor, kalkındırma. Edicez arazileri.
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Aynen.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help. Elysian are investors in the suburban redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind.
İtfaiye mi?
You drive. I need to go over the
Ben
case
dedim
notes.
bir bakalım içeride ne var ne yok diye ama.
Lynch says we should visit him at Fire Station 32.
He, sahibi de o var.
Who exactly is this guy, Lynch?
Lynch is a legend. You should feel privileged. He doesn't let many people into the inner sanctum. Keep your mouth shut and you'll learn something about fires.
Yangınlarla ilgili bir şey öğrenelim bakalım. O zamanların itfaiye binası işte arkadaşlar.
We came as soon as we could.
Geldim.
Lynch.
Biggs, you two investigating the house fire on Kenmore Avenue as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there.
Do you believe the fire?
I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence of an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants.
Tepkime izi yok.
Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire, Al?
Yes, it is.
Huh. Looks like it was recently serviced.
Bakımdan geçmiş.
I have a
Regional
theory.
revival.
It's a theory only. I don't have enough evidence to
It-
prove.
it-
Al,
dönmedi.
you say it's so,
Pardon
we're
efendim.
listening.
Okay, Phelps, you're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
Şimdi şöyle bir şey mi abi acaba? Şöyle. Yok bir dakika. Şu mu acaba?
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Tamam, ben de onu yaptım ya abi. Açalım bakalım. Evet.
Come on, Phelps. You need to get the arrangement right
zaman-
before we can reproduce the results.
Şöyle bir şey abi.
Good, your regulator's in position.
Allah Allah, ben ama ilk şeyde... Aa, bir dakika. İlk hava geldiğinde hava üstten çıkmaz mı?
Okay, I'll light your pilot. Turn the gas.
Tamam.
Pull the lever on the left.
Tamam, öyle. Oo, ben bunu onun yakacağını tahmin etme çünkü ben. Gaz dedim oradan
Maybe.
çıkıp
There
gider.
could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number
Aynen,
262.
instate.
Thanks, Albert.
You're
Adrian,
welcome, Biggs.
Black'ın bile,
See you
hani
at the next
Adrian
show.
bileyim bile bir zamanlar davasını da görmüştük. Tabii korkudan bir davaydı ya. Karısını aldatmaya çalışırken elini özüne ulaştırmıştı. Gerizekalı herif. Hadi bakalım Herschel Efendi. Geldik. Instate.
Phelps, I think his name.
What do you think? LAPD detectives, ma'am. We need to speak to someone in charge.
I see. Well, duty manager for today is Mr.
Bay
Racek.
Rasik.
You should find him in his office.
Bakalım şu ilana bir 82
New and
dolar.
improved model. They'll be selling these like hotcakes.
The
Isıtıcı.
nerve of some people.
Kes lan. Heh. Menajer burada.
Generally speaking, you weren't learning much when you were out.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70, yeah. Let me take a
Bakın,
look.
bir bakalım.
We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
Oo, işler karıştı. Çok hem de
You
bayağı
see
çok
this
değişti.
diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
Modu anlamına gelir.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
You're telling me that you've never had any problems with this heater?
Look, we've changed the design since the Model 70.
These things are still being installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going up. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week. They're not all faulty.
They're not all safe either.
Isıtıcı hizmet
Are
tarihi.
these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
Kaybolur gider.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
Bakalım. Bitti. Aa,
You employ
doğruymuş.
accredited mechanics to do this.
We call them installers. Technically, they're gas fitters.
Installers, then.
They know what they're doing, detective,
Evet.
if that's what you're trying to imply.
Arkadaşlar ben bir su içeceğim. Hemen geleceğim. Çok pardon. Çok pardon, hemen geleceğim arkadaşlar. Geldim arkadaşlar. Kaldığımız yerden devam edelim. Ya mola vermek zorundayım. Ne gibi? Yani lavaboya falan, çünkü uzun bir ayın olacağı için o
I want you
yüzden.
to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Aynen. Tesisatçıların listesi.
Okay, I'll
3
get it
saat
for
falan
you.
yapacağız. Belki de oyunu bitiririz, belli
There,
olmaz.
around a dozen of them. Housing business is going crazy at the moment.
This is a long shot. We are not gonna roust that whole list.
Aynen.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists.
Aynen, bak o
See if any of
olabilir.
these guys have any
Bunların
previous.
şeyini
Sir, I need to use your
sorgulayabiliriz.
Go right ahead.
Tamam, alalım biz bu listeyi. Telefon. Burada mı?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Bakalım.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Cutner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter, previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew, charged for contempt of court, attempted murder, plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Cinayetten aranıyor.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
Ooh, I've got to have it.
Your employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Race. Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys
Yes,
have
sir.
lockers.
Yes, they do. But my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Ben gördüm bile, gördüm ben. Solda, aha. Aha. Dolaplar şurada arkadaşlar, aha. Böyle isimlerine bakacağız.
Happy now?
Stick around, Mr. Rasick.
Clement Walters. Al.
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
Takipçilerdenmiş, aynen. Anarşist. Ah, Met Buryan. At Ebriyan. Oho, sen de mi aynısın lan? Oo, bunda bayağı var.
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
Aç bakalım.
Ryan wants the world to be a better place. Don't we all?
Yani kim istemez ki dünyanın iyi bir olmasını? Varley, aynen burada. Reginald Varley. Oo. Sinek.
The company went through thousands of these in
Sinek
the war.
öldürücü.
Still got eaten alive.
Varley. Tamam da baktık hepsine.
Hope that helps, officer.
Ortak bir yardımcı ol ya.
Any ideas?
So check the lockers.
Baktık ya abi. Ha, bunu mu açacağız?
Varley has a problem with bugs.
Ha, açmadık için şey yaptı. Tamam. Tamam, sıkıntı yok.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasick?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
Ha,
You're
bunlar
crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice.
çok kolaymış.
Mind if I
Yangın
leave you to
çıkarmak.
it? I got work waiting.
Şimdi devam edelim bakalım.
3 birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley.
Bana ne soruyorsun lan? Arayıp göreceğiz işte. Bakalım. Arayıp göreceğiz. 3 kuşumuzu. Kim bu? Oo, ayar panası. Neyse bir gidelim bakalım yanına doğru.
Can you drive to this one?
So where do you want to go?
Clementi'den başlayalım. Insight'ten çıktık. Bakalım. Clementi'nin bir cevabı var.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
You were licensed and worked for Instaheat?
I contract for them. So what?
Bitti.
Instaheat hires arsonists, does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mudshark of a wife gets awarded it in settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house. Yeah, I burnt it all right. Set fire to that fucker and watched it burn to the ground. I did my time and I'd do it again.
Sorry about the rouse, Clemens. You did the right thing.
Doğru oğlum yapmışsın. Abo bizim adamla gidik.
You know Reginald Barley?
Yani ortak.
No? Can't say I do.
Lan git işine. Yalan atma bize.
Detroit PD is after Reginald Barley for murder. They want us to run you in for aiding and abetting, Clemens?
Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. All I know about Farley is he gets kickbacks from some developer.
Rüşvet aldı.
Does their work first. Spreads it around if he can.
Ryan ile bilgiler.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
Ah yalan.
His locker is right next to yours.
Yalandı.
Okay, so I know Ryan.
Yalandı.
Clemens, you're off the hook for the moment.
Yalandı.
Can I get back to work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy.
Of Allah'ım lan yalandı ya neyse. Sen
You
yine
can
atla
drive.
bakalım.
Fine. Where are we
Var
at?
bizim çantasına gidelim.
Farley's on the run. He might be packing heat. If he's wanted for murder, I say we take the doubt out of the equation and let him have it.
Aynen. Barley ne yapacak? Şu an Varley bir adım daha önde bunlardan. Niye? Cinayet vakası var.
LAPD, Varley! Stop or I'll shoot!
Gel. Heh, böyle bir yere kaçamaz. Abi şu kolayı var.
Why did you run from us, Varley?
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're the same Reginald Farley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you.
Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for
Ne ara
murder.
çağırdın lan o
Detroit PD
polisi?
will be putting in a request for your extradition. Until then, your guest is.
Arson? You can't hang that rap on me.
Be quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
Are all the cops in this town crazy?
Take him away, officer. Can you drive to this one?
Ryan'ın şantiyesi.
All right. Where to?
Ryan'ın yanına.
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson squad.
Arson?
You heard the man.
Well, just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said
Ay şerefleri.
Those are GI's backyards and crashing.
Adam bile çekti ya.
It's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van. Get in close and steer him off the tar.
Gel. Bir yere kaçamazsın ya.
He's in a company van and he's losing us, Cole. Some partner I got.
We're going to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Only if they hear it coming.
Close in, Phelps. We need to take Ryan down before he hurts somebody.
Geldim. Yapalım. Gel. Az kaldı hadi.
He's got an arson-related assault charge and he's running.
Running don't mean nothing. We gotta get this guy in a room before we can get an angle on him. This man has got to be stopped.
Arkadan bir çarpalım da.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
Nereden?
Jesus, what is he doing? Tramp! Oh, Jesus! Put your hands in the air!
Yere sıktı.
Why did you run, Ryan?
I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
We
Bakalım.
have 3 suspects. As much as I'd like it to be Chapman,
You know the
I
way.
think it's one
You
of
can
the other
drive.
2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this case.
My heart to run down at the heel.
Coroner says it's going to be at least a week to get an ID. Ooh, I got it.
Şimdi hangisinden başlayalım? İnsanların. Materyalinden başlayalım bakalım.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
I've been in this job 20 years. I never fired my gun.
Şimdi bir neredeydi?
Weren't even its press, and he's still
Materyalinden başlayalım.
confessed.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
Meturay.
You know how to reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater?
No, I don't.
Şimdi ne diyebiliriz buna?
If you know enough to do your job, you know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that?
Nasıl mı? Şöyle. Ivan Rasic'in
Your boss
ifadesiyle.
against the heat said that you've all been trained to do it. It's a common repair. Are you calling him a liar?
Aynen.
Okay, so I know how it's done. But what would be the point? You just end up with a gas leak and then a small fire when you turn the pilot back on.
And if you didn't reset the pilot and the gas spread, what was the cause of the fire in your own home, Ryan?
I won't tell you.
Cinayet suçlama girişimi.
You have a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
You're
Yalan.
lying, Ryan.
And how exactly are you gonna prove that?
You were
Evet.
charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
It was a court case. No criminal liability was the verdict. They said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire. All I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible got away with it. What would you do?
Which company?
Hephaestos Water Heater Company.
Anarşist.
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Anarşist.
Yes, I do. So does every reasonable person.
And you're doing your part?
Yes, I am.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yalan.
This is industrial sabotage, Ryan. It's all part of your campaign.
You're delusional, detective. What campaign?
Your locker is full of pamphlets.
Dolabında bulduk.
Clemens told us how you were
Ah
always
be
foisting them
kardeşim.
on people.
Böyle
Sure.
işlere keşke hiç
I
bulaşmasanız.
spread the pamphlets.
Ama
A guy has to do
deliller
something.
var.
Insta-heat heaters break down every day. They're still peddling the same lousy design that they lifted from Hephaestos.
Insta-Heat bought out Hephaestos?
Them, Vulcan, Pyro, and a bunch of other companies.
And you
Şimdi
still
de
work for
suçu
them.
başkaları üstüne
Guy has
atıyor.
to work.
And the directors of the company. How do you feel about them these days?
You work it out.
What can you tell me about the suburban redevelopment
Ne
fund?
anlatabilirsin bize?
Nothing.
Bununla ilgili ne var elimizde? Bir şey yok. Şüpheli.
I think suburban is a front for your anarchist buddies. They're arranging for people to be out of town while you burn their houses down.
Suburban?
Aynen.
What's that got to do with me? That's Farley's bilk. He's the one with the cozy agreement with those fascists.
That's it for the moment, Ryan.
So I can go?
Sure. As soon as your red friends storm the building and carry you out, you'll keep your seat until we decide how long to lock you up for, knucklehead.
Diğerlerini de bakalım arkadaşlar.
I think Ryan is our man. But procedure says we eliminate all of
Neredeydi?
the suspects.
Aynen.
speak to
Diğerlerine de bakacağım prosedür gereği. Bizim aradığımız adam bu ama
Yeah, I want to make homicide.
şurada.
You know, you've got it made. You can get to that desk.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said, all fair and love and war.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Şimdi Reagan Valley. Savier'in evinde çalışma.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
Varley, I can hand you over for extradition now, or you can give me something. What's it gonna be?
I'm giving it to you straight. I've told you all I know.
Banyo kalkıntı ırma bakalım.
Word is, you're in the pocket of some property developer?
Never. I got principles.
Prensiplerim var.
Oh, you're not even gonna hear me out?
Pardon.
Word is, you're in the
Soruyu baştan
pocket
aldım.
of some property developer?
Never. I got principles.
Last
Oo.
chance, Varley. You're already a wanted man.
Doğruymuş
It
lan.
won't be hard to hang a double arson on top of your murder beef.
Pek zor olmayacak ama.
Hey, I shot a loan shark who was squeezing my brother for the vig.
That's why you ran?
I ran because the guys who ran that racket will kill me.
Muhabbet
What would
çıktı ortaya.
reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
Abi kararsız kaldım vallahi. Cevap çıkaracağım.
I don't believe you, Varley. I think suburban wants homeowners who don't want to sell out of the way.
I think you're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
Bakımını yapıyorsun da.
You're saying there's some psycho for
Hayda.
hire?
Değil mi lan?
It's not true.
Oo.
We're done for
Bu
now.
adamda kaldık abi.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
I say we bust
Bir
in there
şüpheliyi
and find
suçlayalım
that
artık.
goddamn evidence. Weren't even his friends, and he's still confessed.
Goddamn Bruins.
Bir tanesini suçlamak lazım.
Advice?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Let's lay a charge at one of these guys and put this to bed.
Vallahi bana da şu lavuk gibi geliyor ya vallahi. Hani sen gibi geliyorsun abi.
Matthew Ryan,
Sen-
I'm charging you with committing a series of arsons and for the murders of Hank Sawyer, Edwina Sawyer, Henry Sawyer, and Jessica Sawyer.
You're putting an innocent man away here. Do you hear me? I didn't set any fires. I didn't kill that
Yes,
family.
Şimdi ne olacak?
Phelps, what you did to your wife and kids was un-American.
My wife threw me out.
Did I ask for your opinion? You're here to listen to mine. What I was going to say, before I was interrupted, was you did a good job on the Stephen Sawyer case.
O adam doğruymuş.
We don't often get results in arson, so well done.
What about me? Do I get a little stamp on my hand or a lollipop or something?
What you get is another case. A bad one, unfortunately.
Bir dava daha mı? Adamımızı yakaladık. Hain çıktı ortaya abi. Ve bize dedektifliği kazandıran savaş. Yakıyorlar ha.
You're 2 blocks behind first and second. We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Burada bayağı işler karışık.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We have a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Burada işler bayağı karışık abi. Bakalım. Bu Jack Kelso acaba bize bela olacak mı? Elias arazileri. Ne lan bu? Şey değil mi ya bunlar? Turna origami gibi bir şey. Bu adam manyak lan bu. Bunu anlatım satayım böyle. Harbiden ruh hastasına birine benziyor.
House fire, bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Adam bizi
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to one
küfür
round.
eder gibi kovdu. Neyse.
Here's what I heard. Cop caught the guy who did the Dahlia. They covered it up. Sometimes it's the spirit.
Ulan hala çok kim gidiyor ya şeyi Karadelya'yı hapse
You're
atamadık
behind
ya.
the wheel.
Ona içim gidiyor ya abi. Yemin ederim ya.
Herschel, let's roll.
Hadi dostum hadi.
Phelps, I'm coming.
Ulan göz göre göre adamın da delillerini yok ettiler. Hapse girmesin diye sırf üvey babası, üvey abisi mi, üvey babası mı ne işte şey olduğu için. Devlet bakanı.
You guys better see this. I hope you have
Umarım
strong stomachs.
midemiz bunu kaldırır derken ne alaka? Abo arkadaşlar bu ne? Aman tanrım ne olmuş lan burada böyle?
You have a name? Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family.
Kimlerden teyit etmişler?
Okay. Anything else? Be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered
Aynen.
around like the rest of the debris?
Neden kaçmaya çalışmamışlardı böyle sanki ne bileyim yalvarıp arır gibi tuturmuşlar. Hani bir şeye karşı birine karşı mı artık?
I think they've been moved. Ooh. I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas
Havasız
inhalation.
kalarak boğulma.
Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
Aynen.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved him into
Ozaya
this
taşınmış.
room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Ben size söyleyeyim. Adam evi yakıyordu abi. Tamam mı? Ondan sonra içeride insan olduğunu fark etti. Onları kurtarmak istedi ama çok geç oldu. Bence bu. Şöyle bir bakalım falan.
What are you doing?
Rare effect is from the fire.
Kaslar
Muscles
ve
and tendons
tendonlar
contract.
bunu gösteriyor. Şuraya bakalım. Ailenin fotoğrafı.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
Vay be.
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Ailenin fotoğrafına bak ya. Ne iyi bir aileymiş.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
Aynen.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
You got the wrong guy.
It doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He
Boş
expects the
olduğunu
houses
umuyordu.
to be empty.
Aynen tam da söylediğim gibi.
Trying to redeem himself. Probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you
Olabilir.
come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Al sana kanıt.
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating pigs.
Bix nereye gitti lan sahi? Dur.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story.
Öldüreceğiz, tamam. Bu adam kafayı yemiş abi. Belli.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know.
Şurada bir adam var. Gördüm.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
How bad is it? You don't look like a fireman, son.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Morelli'nin tanıklık raporu.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Senin bir kaşın gözün ayrı oynuyor ya.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Tam anlayamadım orasını. Şüpheli.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family
Bütün
is
aileler
dead.
öldürüldü aynen.
They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Kendi evini kendisi yapmış.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Ha, bir kampanyaydı.
All a man can do is put in a prayer for the dead. That's about all I've got to say about it.
Bak bir ses çıkıyor ama. Cesetler taşınmış da. Burada bir adam daha var. Bunlar ne?
I swear. This is a secure area. You all need to leave.
Niye öttü öyle o? Aa, burada bir ayak izleri var.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Bu sigara izmariti.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for
Ulan en
quite a
sonunda bu
while.
sigara izmaritleri bir işe yaradı ha. Dur bakalım soralım, burada sigara içen bir adam görmüş mü veya? Şüpheli aktivite
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Aynen. şüpheli.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy.
Uzun
Kind
kalıplı.
of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket,
Turuncu
beat up hat, and no hair.
şapka, kelli.
I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sigara içen adam.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Origami.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them.
Kağıt
Fold
turna.
1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
Bir listeye
What?
benziyor.
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Arazileri kalkındırma için. Bu çok sıkça duymaya başladık ya. Bu işin arkasında bu adam olabilir mi acaba?
Oh, I see you already have one.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Adam işten dönmüş, postasını bulmuş. Ulan var ya, şöyle bir evim olsun çok isterim. Ha, gerçi var böyle bir evimiz, hani böyle ne bileyim, böyle bir sundurmalı, şöyle bir uzun sundurması olacak. Dur bakalım ayakkabıların altına.
Standard man's dress shoe.
Standart erkek ayakkabısı, aynen. Bunlar değil. Şimdi telefonda bir konuşalım bakalım.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads in the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief.
Emniyet
Are you out of your
müdürünün
mind?
dostudur. Aklımı kaçırdım.
I'm warning you, Phelps.
Ha, işler
Commander, we have
şimdi
a line of
değişmeye
inquiry.
başladı.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Masamda rapor istiyorsun.
Kelty has
Ver.
warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Morello ve
Sure.
Ev
Corner of
yanında,
Fountain
ha?
and Wilton. Let's go.
bir dakika, ne dedi o? Tam anlayamadım.
We're here now.
Ha, zaten burasıymış, tamam, pardon. Rancho Es John Dido. Tamam, bakalım.
Can you drive to this one?
Sen sür abi. Ya arkadaşlar, ben bir su içeceğim, hemen geleceğim. Çok pardon. Hemen dönüyorum. 2 dakikaya. Geldim arkadaşlar. Geldim. Kaldığımız yerden devam edelim bakalım.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
Yokla döveceksin. Ne oluyor lan? Bunlar ne alaka?
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir. Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property. It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart mouth
fray.
son of a bitch.
Oo.
You're not getting off that.
Black and blue.
Sen kimsin lan? Devletin memuruna hakaret şey yapıyorsun. Böyle yumruğu yersin. Böyle gidersin dangalak herif işte. Şimdi tonca polis gelsin de akıldan 10-15 tane daha polis arkadaşımız gelsin. Şöyle yakala. Bitti. Oo, çok sağlam çaktık.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Bakalım bir şey kalmış mı? Neyi inceleyeceğiz ki?
Phelps, I think I found something over here.
Ne buldun? Tamam. Aa, duvar tuğla çıkıntılı lan. Oo.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the
Zar
brick.
zor tutturulmuş gibi. Aynen.
Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Malzemeden çalınmış sanki. Aynen. Baksanıza. Oo. Biraz da malzemeden de çalınmış.
If we're paying a visit to Alicia and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Aynen. Ben de. Aliens arazilerine bir gidelim. Kay bakalım sola.
You're behind the wheel. You're falling behind, Herschel.
Hadi bakalım Herschel.
Here I come.
Bakalım burada ne çıkacak. Bence asıl iş burada ha. Bence bütün iş bu adamlarda. Böyle biraz ağır girelim ki bir ağırlığımız olsun. Yani polis olduğumuz
Detectives
belli
Phelps and
olsun yani
Biggs,
biraz da.
LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Çok da naziz ha bu arada.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Aa, adam kendi çağırdı.
You like a cigar?
Yok,
Drink
biz
boy.
beklemeyiz.
Sure, I'll
Biz
have a
polisiz.
Biggs, we're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Aliens kundaklamaları ile bağlantı.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys.
Senin ilanların her yerde ha.
Imagine the current demand for housing.
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Şüpheli.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Seyahat yarışması tanıtımı.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Demek ki haberin yok. Şüpheli.
Two families are dead, Mr. Monroe. This isn't a question of criminal liability. We're looking at conspiracy to commit murder.
You know who you're talking to, son. You want to use incendiary language like that with me? I suggest you should leave immediately.
Gitme vaktimiz geldi. Yerel yapı yatırımları.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Amerikan yolu ha. Kanıt yok şüpheli.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Çoğu insan anlayışlı. Rancho en Soltido yangını.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Layıktı.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Gel sen gel. Şu kaliteli
I'm
çimento.
no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it.
Talep.
Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without
şirketini de araştıracağız.
The arsonists. Do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Ya sen ne diyorsun? Gel lan buraya
Glad to
gel
be
ya.
of help, officer.
Neyse. Adama bak, maaş fonuyla, polislerin maaş fonuyla
What's the
ilgileniyor.
story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Aynen lan, bu
Chapman
adam
is on this list.
yangını izleyen adam bu.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Gel. Buradaymış.
Your boss is a fine man.
How's that just been paid look about him?
Kes lan tıraşı.
Operator, give me R&I.
Bakalım bu
Putting you through now.
o zaman yakaladığımız
Phelps badge 1247.
herif neyin peşinde?
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks.
Oo, işler şimdi karıştı bakalım. Bu adam da neyin peşinde acaba?
I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby
Bizim hain arkadaş da geldi.
'cause I always kill the things I love.
Bu arada tanıştırayım. Hain.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Beni nasıl seviyorsun belli. İspiyon yaparak.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand.
Aynen.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that
I
company.
have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
Sen hiçbir şey eline alamazsın. Alamazsın. Dangalak herif. Gel sorun apartmana.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
Kelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
Eski arkadaşımız da bizi
But I don't like to talk
tehdit
about
ediyor ha.
it. Come
Dangalak
across a
herif.
guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Bakalım bu ismi neydi? Çahampa'nın ne var bu olaylara görelim bakalım. Şuradan satalım abi. Hop yanlış ya. Çok pardon. Yanlışlık yaptık. Saparken. Sapa.
Check local publications for times of your favorite programming, including the Los Angeles Mirror and the Los Angeles Inquisitor. KTI Radio presents national news from Washington.
Gidelim dediğimiz gibi he. Allah billah. Hadi ben süreyim. Sever. Geldi. Ulan böyle giderken canı nasıl böyle geliyorsun hayret. Çahampa'nın apartmanı.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
Chapman.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. He's out somewhere. There's some kind of
Chapman diye yazılıyor, Chapman diye okunuyor. Ulan bu işi de hiç anlamıyorum ha. Gerçi İngilizlerin de şeyi ya.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Oo, bu herif.
Motive,
İşin başında
opportunity, and hard
sen mi
evidence.
varsın lan? Bu neymiş?
Definitely gives him
Adamımız
opportunity.
o. İlanları o atıyor. Bu 50 mermi. Oo, adam.
Should advise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Adamın silahlı olduğu bariz abi.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
Hayda. Şeye pindi.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the
Tramvaya
trolley.
pindi.
We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Durmaz ki bu ya. Oo, adam saat gibi gidiyor lan. Gel gel.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Saat gibi gidiyor arkadaşlar.
Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here. Don't lose sleep on me. Get it close. Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman.
Chapman'a mı ya? Tamam.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Öldü.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
Fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worried about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
İnanmak çok güç.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award.
Tabii ki de abi.
We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps?
Şüpheler
Be calling
çekildi.
Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
İsmine miras.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian.
Biraz için mi çalışıyor?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts.
Aynen. Bizden
Elsa,
nefret
you
eder.
take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Yıllardır çok geç. Aynen hiçbir bağda bulunamadı ha. Yani hiçbir bağda olmadı arkadaşlar. Orası da tam bir muamma. İngilizce biraz kötü. Yani kötü yani anlayamıyorum pek İngilizce. Onu söyleyeyim ama için kusura bakmayın yani. Ha, şeye geldi. Jack Kellson'un yanına.
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
Elsa Littman.
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay. Let me get the case file.
Bakalım.
One of these days.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss.
Kaybınız için üzgünüm.
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something intelligent.
There's got to be more in these files.
Daha fazla şey olmalı diyor.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong.
Bir şeyler var.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
Aile dostu. Şüpheli.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
Bir dakika arkadaşlar, hemen geleceğim. Çok pardon. Tamam, geldim. Anlaşmazlık gerekçesi.
So the roof collapsed. Accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
Tamamen soruşturmasını istiyorsunuz. Doğru.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building.
Komplo
I
söylentisi
believe
var.
your insurance company is involved.
De dahildir. Oo.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Telefon numarası yazmıyormuş. Aa, kadın solak.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up.
Hadi bakalım. Tam bakamadık. Tam bakamadık ki arkadaş.
Something intelligent.
Neyse, şuraya bakalım bir de.
I'll be in touch.
Tamam, kadının telefonu. 200 dolarlık şeyi 20.000 dolar yapmışlar. O zamanın parasıyla deli para ha. Yani o zamanın parasıyla çok deli para.
I'm going up to the lake to watch the races on Saturday. I like you.
Nerede?
People say I have no taste. But enough, Jack. You've got work to do. Same.
Sen geldin.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lickman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lickman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Sen ne işler çeviriyorsun acaba patron?
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows we're all...
Mr. Kelso? Thanks, kid.
Watch it.
Bir sakin ol ya. Ha, tek olduğumuz için hemen geçiş sağlanacak. Bakalım. Gelmiştik daha önce. Aynen. Ve daha önce gelmiştik. Ya bak direkt kendi girdi. Araştıralım bakalım.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Birileri kesilmeden gitmiş. Bakalım.
Bulldozing,
bu
starting
ne
again.
talimatı? Yıkım talimatı.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
İşler bayağı bir değişik hal almaya başladı. Var mı bir sezgimiz? Yok. Şu kağıda bakıyoruz mu? Yok. Size baktık. Tamam, çıkalım bakalım.
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter. and-
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
Gel gel. Belki kimin lan hayvan herif.
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Biraz koşalım bakalım ya. Üçüncü evmiş. Şu aynen burası. Üçüncü ev dediği burası.
The place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
Mekan kendi çökmüş he. Bu ne? Tuğla. Aa. Bizim bulduğumuz tuğla. O şeyle. Herschel'la.
Think talk is cheap, try hiring a lawyer.
Sen de bir şey kardeşim.
Hiding from the wife.
Tersindeyiz. Var mı gidiş yok. Böyle gidiyor.
Generally speaking. Slow down, idiot. Sam has taken me to This guy must have escaped the loony bin.
Hep de aynı yazılar yazıyor ya arkadaş.
Suck the hell out of you.
Let's try to piece this together. That's not right.
Yok. Bu değil.
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Oo, bunları şeyle yapıyorlarmış lan. Film setindeki tahtalarla. Bu ne yapıyor burada? Oha! Abi ne yapıyor? Ne oluyor lan böyle arkadaşlar? Şaşırdım bir an ha. Abi ne yapıyorsun sen ya? Koş koş koş koş koş koş koş. Öldük. Vallahi öldük. Abi böyle bir şey olabilir mi ya sizce? Dur ulan dur. Koşmaktan başka bir çaremiz yok arkadaşlar. Atla. Abi adam mermi gibi geliyor ya. Hayır, kendim geçeceğim. Ama arkadaş. Sen nasıl bir şeysin ya? Atla. Neyse. Şöyle bakmayı başına da verelim. Oh be sonunda. Bu adam kimdi onu anlamadım. Bizi öldürmeye çalıştı ha. Allah arkadaşlar. Sonradan şey yaptı, fark ettim. Ateş edilecek hani şey yaptığını. Çok pardon. İn bakalım aşağı. Beklerse. Bizde de silah varmış ha. Vay anasını.
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life Investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Şimdi adresi aldığımıza göre Kingston filmi stüdyosuna gidelim bakalım. Bakalım Kingston filmde ne varmış. Film Company.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since '41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Bir şey biliyor musun? Hayır.
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
Oralara gitmen gerekecek. Şöyle bir deparla abi. Üstten atladık. Evet. Şimdi bir etrafa bakalım. Atlar. Bunlar kamera mı yoksa ışıklandırma şeyleri mi? Vallahi anlamadım ha. Bu neymiş?
It's one way to keep your costs down. Too bad it won't support a roof.
Çok kötü. Düşük maliyetli. Burada var mı?
So this is where their lumber comes from?
Bir yer burası. Aynen bir kere sen
Gotta be
buradan
something
çıkıyor.
else around here. Wonder what's left in the buildings.
Şöyle biraz yap. Hızlı koş bakalım. Şöyle sayfamda. Çocuklar. Mekana bir bakalım. Ne var ne yok. Ne var? Makara. Çöp. Bu neymiş?
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
Su vur bana bakalım. Allah Allah. Boş. Çark yakınlarda olmalı diyor. Bakalım çark neredeymiş. Ha, bu görüntüyü kötüleştiriyor. Tamam, bu böyle koyacak. Bir oynatsınlar bakalım.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GIs.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in Suburban Redevelopment. Doctors, this is Curtis
Bu doktoru da bir işler var ha.
California Fire and Life.
Biraz
Pleased to meet you,
yüz
Doctor.
birisi.
Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor. District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company. You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity. I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition.
It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry.
Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a trade at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray. And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing. God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money. There's a difference. What difference? The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Bunlar bayağı bir iş çeviriyor.
So, when will the freeway bond be passed?
Kurtis mi?
It still has to be ratified.
Aa,
Takes a long
bizim
time to raise $3 billion.
amirimiz
I need
patronumuz.
to find a game well or a telephone.
Oo. Kayıt günlüğüne gelelim bir. $3 milyar abi. Size bir şey söyleyeyim mi? 3 milyar dolardan şey yapıyorlar ya. Şurada ipucu şeyimiz var mı bizim? Çıkarıcımız yok. O zaman biranın 20 sent olduğu zamanlarda adamlar hani şu an 3 milyarıyla bahsediyor. 3 milyarından. Ulan o zaman bir tane bira 20 sent.
District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such
Bir tane bira 20 sent abi bunlar. Harbiden çok büyük vurgun yapmışlar ha.
Artistic temperament are often of a
Vay
fragile
anasını
mental
satayım be.
disposition.
Paraya
It's a
bak.
short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true.
Şu
But
ne?
I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion
Adamlar
picture.
harbiden çok büyük vurgun yapmışlar ya.
And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union
Yok, buralarda başka bir yer var mı? Yok, tamam. Lan oğlum adamlar arkadaşlar 3 milyondan bahsediyor, dolardan ya. Ulan bu 1947'lerde bir ayının 20 sent olduğu, sigaranın öyle 50 sent olduğu zamanlar ya. Oh, paraya bak be abi. Adamlar ne büyük bir komplo yapmışlar, yemin ederim ya. İşte bizim lavuk da bir gitti.
Operator, can you put me through to police dispatch?
Putting you through
Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for
Kendileri
GIs.
evler yapıyorlar.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Luke Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through. Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Gördüm da.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks.
Şimdi zaman geçiyor tabi. Bakalım şimdi ne olacak? Heh. Buluşmaya geldik. Saat 9'u 4 geçe akşam.
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
Ve arkaya doğru yol alıyoruz. Jack Kelso.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Olup bizim karakter yani her Kelso ile konuşmasını şey yapamadı. Kaldıramadı. Biraz tuhaf buldu. Oo, bunlar işi pişiriyor abi.
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Gelin lan buraya. Bakalım çifte kumrular ne yapıyor? Oo, kaybolmuşlar. Kapı da kilitli. Demek ki sağda anahtarı kadında var. Şu Elias arazileri site 2'yi bir araştıralım bakalım. Hoş bakalım Kelso efendim. Hadi daha çabuk hemen hızlı gidelim. Geldik. Site 2. Bakalım bir lamba zaten burada yanıyor şu an. Dur yavaşça. Gidelim böyle. Dur.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
Oo, herifler elektrik bile vermemişler lan. Buraya. Vay anasını satayım.
Good thing I'm not thirsty.
Şarkı da biraz ürpertiyor insanı ha. Herifler neyi peşinde anlamadım ben ama bir dakika. Bir üst kata doğru çıkalım bakalım. Ha, bu ışıklarla burasını ışıklandırıyorlarmış. Ne oluyor?
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Oh.
Time for you to lose some teeth.
Şöyle.
I'm about to break your goddamn jaw.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll lay you out quick.
Şöyle biraz can toparlayalım. Diyeceğim ama öldük. Herif çaktı bize.
You're a worn tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk.
Bagaja koyacaklar beni, tamam. Sıkıntı yok. Şimdi ne olacak acaba? Aa, şeye geldik. Eli sıra ilerine. Şimdi kimi arayacak?
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe?
Bay Monroe mu?
Yeah, I know a good place. Pick up a shovel and a pick on the way.
Kürek.
It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
Ardından da Alman sözcü. Abi Monroe varmış lan işin arkasında. Elbette Monroe. Açıldı. Evet, kaçtık.
Elsa.
Keşke bir silahımız olsa. Gel gel gel gel gel. Kaç oraya, kaç gel gel gel. Bak arabayı.
Sorry, pal. Desperate times.
Şimdi nereden?
Monroe owns the city. Owns the cops.
Elsa'yı kurtaracağız.
I know from Elsa.
Buradan gidelim. Daha sokakta ne var?
Is that the last of them?
Elsa'nın dairesinden yola çıkalım. yoldan kaç kaç kaç kaç. Evet. Ya sinematik girecek ya. Oo, kan kaybediyoruz ha. Suratımızı yıkıyoruz.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
Oo. Bizim herif iptal.
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
Abi adam bayıldı ya. Hakikat Elias arazilerinde yatıyor. Aynen. Doğru.
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Skipper şey değil miydi ya bizim?
Ho, boom. Weapons company.
Sir.
Sir.
We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them in
We are
there.
going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers. Head in!
Skipper işte ilk bizim trafik lambasındaki şeyimizdi. Adam yüzbaşısı amirimizdi.
Where's he going? Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order?
You did.
Koca kovboy. İnvit atıyor. Politik olayı galiba. Elsa Jack Tersoy'u ziyarete gelmiş.
Hello, Miss Lichtman. How long have you been sitting there?
Not long, Mr. Kelso.
You look lovely, Princess.
Prenses,
You haven't exactly caught me at my best. It's okay, Miss Lichtman. I'm a big boy. I know how to take my licks.
Şimdi çaresine bakarım.
Please, call me Elsa.
Okay, Elsa? What can I do for you?
I'd like to explain because
I can join the dots, Elsa.
Cole needs your help, Jack. The police department have frozen him out.
Look, you're obviously a brave lady, but you can't fight all Cole's battles for him.
I just wanted to apologize
You
for...
don't have to apologize. You were right about Elysian Fields.
Haklısın aynen.
Tell me something. What was Lou Buckwalter's regular job?
He was a carpenter. He built sets for RKO, Warner Brothers.
Set carpenter?
Set marangozu. Keresteleri nereden geldi şimdi
Don't
belli
mind,
oldu.
Elsa. I'd like to get a little rest now.
Şimdi
I've got
belli
a lot more
oldu.
dots to join, and it's making my head hurt.
That's perfectly understandable, Mr. Jack. I hope we can meet again under less dramatic circumstances.
I hope so too, Princess. I'd like that.
Demek kerestelerin oradan geldiği, nereden geldiği belli oldu arkadaşlar. Bu kim?
You Kelso?
Who's asking?
Peterson, Assistant DA.
You're in the wrong building, Peterson. This is a hospital.
A wise guy. Let me tell you a story, Kelso.
Can I get the abridged version? My head hurts.
You're a funny guy, Jack.
What do you want, Peterson?
A colorful character mentioned your name. He said that you might know something about...
There's a problem with colorful characters, Peterson. First they send you over a drink, then they buy you dinner, then you get a phone call in the middle of the night for a favor. Try rubbing shoulders with some solid citizens. They're the ones you're supposed to protect.
You finished, Kelso?
For the moment.
I'm going to run for DA, Kelso. The current administration stinks.
And you want me to help?
I'm looking for a DA's investigator. You get a gun and a badge and $120 a month.
I get $150 a month now.
I'm going after the Vice Squad, Kelso. It's going to get me elected.
I've got something better. How about Leland Monroe?
The property developer?
Do you think I fell down the stairs?
Ve 150 alıyoruz. 120 teklif ettiler. Anlamadık ya.
Thanks for the patch-up, Princess. Might be the only R&R I get for some time.
That's about as good a patch job as we can do right now, Mr. Kelso. You're good to
Neyse
go.
çıkalım buradan. Hastanede ev mi belli değil.
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because it's unfamiliar territory.
Arabamız nerede? Ulan sen var ya sen. Can Berk'i öldürmüştük ya. Peterson'a nereden çıktı ya bir anda arkadaşlar. Anlamıyorum vallahi ya. Ben Curtis'in evi. Zaten bir burası var.
Remember me? Jack. It's good to see you. You've caught me at a slightly inopportune moment. Can we do this some other time?
Back off, Curtis. Move away from the door.
Jack, there's no call for that.
Sen de bu şeyini
Smooth, Curtis. I'll give you that.
işindesin ha. Sen de o fonda
You try
varsın.
to get me killed and you still manage to be polite about it.
Jack, how could you accuse me of having anything to do with that?
I want to know all about you and Monroe, Curtis. You give it up or I beat it out of you.
Get the fuck out of here, Jack. You're fired. Who do you think you are? Get out of town now while you still have the chance. You have no idea what kind of forces you're dealing with here.
I guess we've exhausted the passive options. Sit tight, Curtis. I'm taking a look around.
Öyle yersin. Bir etrafı araştıralım bakalım. Eddie Bison.
What exactly do you expect to find, Jack?
Bakalım. Hele sonunda bir Kaliforniya bir şeyi bulduk. Sigorta sözleşmesi.
I knew you were in bed with a lesion, Curtis. Now I know why.
Aynen. Bir de şuna bakalım.
To get all of the stockholders, I need to follow the paper trail.
Jack, you've made a terrible mistake.
Yapabiliyorken
Get out while you can.
Sen bizi korkutmaya çalışıyorsun ama yemem koçum. Sen gel bakalım buraya bir dakika. Bu odaya bakmadık. Oha. Abi bu ne kısa bir...
16, mister?
16 bayım.
How old
Gerçek.
are you really?
Nearly 13.
Oo, işler karıştı.
You take love where you can find it as you get older.
Love? That has nothing to do with love, Curtis.
Some might find your romantic notions endearing, Jack. I find them very
Abi sen
tiring.
ne yapıyorsun ya? Böyle
You're
bir...
finished, Curtis.
That remains to be seen, Jack.
I haven't told you about my new job, Curtis. DA's investigator.
Who do you think the DA reports to, Jack?
Get dressed, you're getting out of here.
He's not so bad. He just lays on top of me and grunts for a few minutes. He's kind. And he buys me nice things.
Get dressed, you're leaving.
Kızı bile kandırmış ya. Yazıklar olsun sana. Hayvan herif. Oğlum var ya bu insanlar yüzünden dünya, Türkiye ne hale geliyor ya. Böyleleri yüzünden ha yani. Gel. Konuşacağız.
I want answers, Curtis. So pay attention.
Please, Jack. I'm not a violent man.
Dolandırmaya iten sebep.
I don't get it, Curtis. You're vice president of the company. Why take the risk?
It's a simple business transaction, dear boy.
Gitti.
What is it with you people? How can you live any better? You already have houses, cars, yachts.
Greed and avarice are very powerful forces for change, Jack. Combine that with the city's desire for progress, and it's a very heady cocktail. You need to be a very special man to be able to resist that.
Soru neydi? Dolandırmaya iten sebep. Ah ulan be, hisse sertifikası.
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You're talking about the future of Los Angeles. You cannot interfere with these plans.
Information, Curtis.
Business people who have joined forces to meet the demand for new homes.
You and Monroe are going to scam those guys out of their GI bond.
Yanlış yaptık.
Jack, you are so naive.
Yanlış yaptık.
Why the big payoff in the Buckwalter case? It was bound to bring it to attention.
Who could have predicted this particular confluence
Yanlış
of
yaptık,
events?
yanlış.
Elsa Lickman as the beneficiary who spurns the cash. The brilliant but flawed detective becoming her lover. And you, Jack, taking their bait.
You buy green lumber and use it to build houses. How do you expect it to end?
Mr. Monroe has a fine reputation for building houses. What would I know about his choice of building materials?
Give me what I need or I'll beat it out of you.
Bir buçuk şüpheli.
It's all there in the case file. If you know what to look for.
Ne arıyorsak hepsi
Very
buradaymış.
neat, Curtis. Maybe I can't work it out, but Phelps can. He may be many things, but he is one of the best detectives the LAPD has ever had.
Your card is marked, Jack. You'll have an unfortunate
Başına
accident if you
talihsiz bir
don't leave
kaza
town.
gelecek öyle mi?
Your California isn't the same as mine, Mr. Benson. Not at all.
Yanlış yaptık. Kur'an çarpsın ya. 3'te 1. 3'te 1 yap. Kalifiye hayat sigortasının merkezine hemen gidelim bakalım. Fira Life geldik.
I'm just going up to my office, Barty. Gotta check over some files.
Take the elevator. First door on the right when you come out. You know the way, Kelso.
Geldim arkadaşlar.
I just wish you'd hurry up and propose already. I think he's a bit of a gangster, but he treats me nice.
Bizim ofisimiz neredeydi lan? Ha, tabii şurada ya.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Burası bizim değil ya. Yanlış yere geldik. Ulan bizim ofisimiz nerede? Bir aşağıda mı kaldı yoksa?
This is 1947, not 1927. Of course a girl can ask a fella out.
It's been a year. What's he waiting for?
Heh. Şey
So, Curtis, what is it you don't want me to see?
Görmemizi istemediği şey ne olabilir?
degrees 4 minutes 29 seconds north. 118 degrees 17 minutes 58 seconds west.
There's got to be more in these files. There's something else in that report. I know it.
Tamam da başka ne olabilir? Hani ben anlamadım abi.
Insured replacement value for the house is $900. Current value of the house and land is $3,500.
Şuraya tıklasam,
Christ,
şuraya tıklamakla ne alakası? Zaten hepsi ortada.
I have a Detective Phelps of the LAPD here to see you.
Have a seat, Cole. Where's the go-between? She's awful easy on the eye for a foreign girl.
Does that private dick petter actually work on anyone, Kelso? It's not your style. You were always a little more direct.
This is your dime, officer.
Would you have helped me if I asked, Jack? A little chuck on the shoulder, shot of Semper Fi.
Fuck you, Cole. Be a man. Why send a woman to do your dirty work? You're a cop. Why do you want my help?
I thought a PI might be a little more discreet.
I'm no gumshoe. I used to be an investigator for this company before your investigation got me fired.
Sorry to hear that, Jack. Sorry about a lot of things.
Is that an
İşler
apology,
bayağı
Cole?
karıştı ha.
It's a feeble attempt at one, yes. Look, Jack, it's a murder case and I need help to solve it.
İşler
So
bayağı
what's it
karıştı
got to do with
arkadaşlar.
Elysian Fields
Bayağı
developments?
karıştı.
They're in it somehow. The flyers keep turning up whenever I find a domestic fire.
They're boosters. Stiffing GIs for deposits, making them wait months for a throw-up house. They're already making more money than they can count. What's turned them into killers?
So you believe me?
This is why you dragged me into the Buckwalter case.
Look, Jack, I'm sorry. But if not for me, do it for some of the poor saps who are dying. Or some of the leathernecks who are getting
İşler
grifted.
bayağı karıştı yani.
How about it, Jack?
I know you, Cole. You're
Bakalım
still beating
saatten
yourself
sonra
up
ne
over that
yapacağız?
medal on Sugarloaf. The medal you think you didn't deserve, but you just don't get it. Nobody deserves a medal. It's just the ridiculous situation you find yourself in and how you react to it. You think you failed up on that hill. But courage isn't a tap you can turn on or off. Courage isn't permanent. It's a tenuous and fickle thing. Courage and cowardice exist in every man. Get over it.
You got it off your
Biz
chest.
o madalyayı aslında hak
I
etmemişiz.
guess I have.
Can you help me, Jack?
I'm thinking about it. The Hall of Records is the place to start.
İşte arşiv binasından başlayacağız. Bakalım.
Hello there.
You need some help there, sir?
The Land Registry Office. Where is it?
Just up the stairs.
Thanks.
Burası şey değil mi ya? Bizim geldiğimiz hani şey için. Delil vardı ya, altın delil. Altın delil dediğim ya şey. Avizenin üstüne çıkmıştık hani. Ha orası ya. Burası mı?
This doesn't look like the Land Registry.
That's because it isn't. It's just downstairs and across the way.
Thanks.
You sure you don't want to stay and keep me company?
Maybe some other time, Princess.
Bir aşağıdaymış. Kadın da bize mi iş atıyor anlamadım ki arkadaş ya. Aşağıda dedin de. Burada bir yerde mi? Yok. Aşağıda demedim o, bir dakika. Ben nereden aşağıda? Tamam. Çünkü değil de o. Hemen merdivenlerden aşağıda. Heh, geldik.
I'd like to see the company details of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Certainly, sir. Just this way.
Adamı takip edelim. S alfabeye mi koydunuz? Ne yaptınız? Anlamadım ki.
All those suburban sons of bitches ought to be listed in here.
Şimdi burada dikkat çeken bir isim şey. Gördüm. Courtney Shelton mu?
Courtney? For God's sake.
Ha.
What's he got to do with this?
Doktor. Tabii.
I'd like information on a plot of land.
Okay, do you have the address?
Not exactly. It's a new lot. I have the coordinates. 34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
All right, that makes it a bit more difficult. Come with me.
Tabii doktor Courtney'yi de aldırmış.
I believe that is in the Wilshire area. Here.
34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
Neydi? 17 dakika 58 saniye.
The lot number's 1876988.
Unfortunately, that is just the beginning. We have at least 1 million lot numbers in the Los Angeles area. Registrations are in alphabetical order. You need to convert your lot number to a letter.
How do I do that?
Over here, use this adding machine. There are 90,000 entries to a book, so divide your lot number by 90,000.
Kaçtı bizim arazi numaramız? ...187, 69, 88.
1876988. Divided by
90,000, yes.
Kus 88 galiba. Bölü
1,876,988 divided by 90,000.
90.000. 20.
20.
A starts at 0, so you want to add 1 to your number.
21.
That number is your letter of the alphabet. Once you have the letter, find the right aisle, and you are in business.
You do this every day?
21. harf. Şu olabilir mi acaba? Yok. 21. harf neydi ya? Bu mu lan yoksa? Bana da o gibi geliyor ama. Bakalım. Bu mu?
Let's see what this side is worth to me. One eight seven six nine eight eight.
69.88.
The book value is $350. With the new home in place,
$350
the improved value of the property is
$3,500
$3,500.
yapmışlar.
They can make a killing. But how do they pull it off?
İşler şimdi karıştı. Oo. Gelin.
Know why I plumbed for the caddy? The extra trunk space.
One thing you learn in the war, boys. You do your talking once the smoke clears.
Çıkar kafanı hadi. Böyle alırım.
He's there, right there! Kill him!
Throw out the guns!
Oha vurdu lan beni. Adam oradaymış. Eyvah.
Weapons!
Aa yeter ama be. Böyle alırım. Hiç de affetmem.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Bugün mermimizi fullleyelim. Öldü. Ulan nasıl siz bize saldırmaya cüret ediyorsunuz? Adamlar Monroe'yu hakikaten savunuyordu. Şahset öldü.
I need a word, Courtney.
That's okay, Jack. You didn't need to come all the way down.
It's important, Courtney.
How can I help?
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
What are you talking about?
Don't fuck with me, Courtney!
Jack, I swear, I don't know what you're talking about.
How does your name appear as one of the investors in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
You're out of your mind.
I was down at the Hall of Records checking on a property company called Elysian Fields Developments. Their funding comes from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Seriously, Jack, I have no idea.
Your name is there, Courtney, with some pretty interesting company. The mayor, the district attorney, some dirty cops, and your buddy, Dr. Harlan Fontaine.
Dr. Fontaine?
Spill it, Courtney. I want all of it.
Aynen,
Fontaine
saklama.
and the rest.
Fontaine took the morphine off our hands. Look, Jack, I know you said to get rid of it, but it's okay. I did something good for once. He reinvested the money for us. That's it. That's what's happening.
Courtney de varmış bu işin içinde.
They're building houses for GIs, Jack. I turned a
Hırlar derken?
mistake into something beneficial.
Savaş gazileri içinde.
Something that's going to help out the guys.
Courtney, they're building matchstick houses. They're going to burn them for the insurance money. They'll probably stiff the poor bastards for the deposits.
Please, Jack. Say it isn't so.
İnsanları böyle kandırıyorlar.
Harlan's a doctor. A good one. He helps out a lot of people.
Looks like he's helping himself, Courtney. You're the fall guy.
Vay be, adamlar 350 dolarlık şeyi 3500 dolar yapmışlar. Vay anasını satayım ya. Abi adamlar biraz daha hızlı bakalım.
Jack Kelso.
Who's asking?
Leland Monroe.
I was wondering when you'd get around to calling.
I'd like to meet with you, Mr. Kelso.
I bet you would, Mr. Monroe. But I value my skin highly enough to not want to meet with you.
Tanışmak istemiyor.
Why don't you just send some more of your boys around and we'll have a nice cup of tea?
You realize that I could make you a very wealthy man, Mr. Kelso.
Better than $220 a month?
You're a very witty man, Kelso. Substantially better.
I'm going to have to let it slide, Mr. Monroe.
Ha, bizimki
Are
de
you
mermileri
haggling with me,
dolduruyor.
Jack? I might be. Come around to my place at 9. 5164 Santa Monica Boulevard. You'll come?
I might.
Belki.
Good night, Mr. Monroe.
Kimi arıyor ki? Evet arkadaşlar, bir bölümün daha sonuna gelelim. Tam bu noktadan Onora ile buluşmaya gideceğiz. Umarım video, hani canlı yayın hoşunuza gitmiştir. Kanalıma abone olup beğeni atıp destek olursanız çok sevinirim. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın.